Everybody likes and stuff. Oh my god. So nice.
Yeah.
You get to sit somewhere. Do you still cook stuff?
I don't. I've never done that. I've got it together in a book now, which is
Yeah,
out
you
on
get
the
to
table.
cook. Oh, you put together?
I've done that. Just finished doing that. So now I've got to send some of the stuff out. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. People enjoy laughing at everybody else.
Wow.
Next.
Hey, what does this mean? On the back of your shirt, it says, ask me about Stonehenge. What's that?
Are you asking me?
I mean, I know what Stonehenge is. What am I supposed to be asking you about?
Ask me and see.
Alright. What about Stonehenge?
I'm glad you asked. I'm a druid. My name is Zol Cookson of Savintor. You can call me Ralph. I'm 6,000 years old.
You know, like a day over 5,999. And you expect to get a driver's license?
I had one, but I lost it.
That's a shame.
Doesn't matter. It expired in 32 BC.
What do you use for an ID?
My social security card.
Zero, 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 one. Okay. Hey, Ralph, is it true that Stonehenge was constructed by a people that had consumed too much high fructose corn syrup?
I've heard that. It's just an old wives' tale.
Well, then come on and tell me how you managed to survive an apparently good physical but somewhat questionable mental condition.
No processed foods and avoiding any news about the Kardashians.
Oh, sorry, Ralph.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the deal with the big rocks? Why was Stonehenge constructed?
Oh, even before us Druids, or the Big Mac, there was an ancient race that discovered a worldwide energy grid. They assigned certain points across the globe as hubs for electromagnetic energy. The catalyst to one day unleash the energy was located at the Stonehenge site. Activation of a relic called the Antikythera mechanism at this castle site would trigger a terraforming of the Earth, effectively destroying all forms of life, with the exception of the primordial bacteria and Sher. Share if you prefer.
Wait a minute. So I'm supposed to believe that an extinct race that could terraform the Earth couldn't even invent buffalo chicken wings?
Go figure! sorry, I just thought of a joke. What did the mage say to the moonkin when he refused to duel? You're just a big chicken! Yeah. I suppose you just had to be there.
So now how about those stones? I mean, I heard that some were as long as like 30 feet, can weigh as much as 25 tons, and were mined like 25 to 20 miles away. How'd you guys do that?
Well, I'll tell you the secret if you promise that I won't have to be a guest on The View.
Next.
Agreed.
It was an ancient race of swine that possessed the Antikythera mechanism. In an effort to centralize the massive amounts of electromagnetic energy, they had erected two precious henges, Strawhenge and Stickhenge. Both as I was saying, both were blown apart by marauding werewolves. The swine decided it would be futile to rebuild a third time using rutabagas, so they scrapped the mechanism and sought out new lands.
What happened to them?
They eventually evolved into lawyers. May I continue?
Yeah, please.
One night, a bunch of us tribesmen were anxious to get out of our huts and away from the wives. We made up an excuse that we were going out to dance naked around a fire and recite chants from the Necronomicon.
That sounds kind of lame.
Well, they bought it. We really just wanted to go drinking.
I figured.
Yeah. Anyway, after a few hours of goat's milk vodka, we decided it would be fun to rebuild the henge of the ancient swine race.
Goat's milk vodka, we'll do that to you.
And only this time we decided the henge would be stone, in case those marauding werewolves were still around and might pass through the area looking for a good time. Yeah. Unfortunately, the rest of that night was lost to drunken stupor. And it wasn't even St. Patrick's Day. No. When we woke up the next morning lying in the grass, nobody could remember how we cut the massive stones, transported them, or put them in place. Curiously, though, we all had double hernias.
Next.
Looks like my turn. I suppose I'll have to pay for this. Would you have change for a room?
Sorry, I put my last one in the parking meter out front.
Next.
One more odd thing. I went back to Stonehenge the next day looking for my drinking horn, and I noticed inscribed in one of the big stones, Kilroy was here.
And good graffiti is eternal.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, it was a... God's sake, stop putting big words in things, okay? God almighty. Who was it? I can't remember. Brains
Wayne.
mostly. Oh God, I'm so sorry. How are you, sir? Sorry about that. Is it what you expected?
Yes, other than the fact that you didn't have a 6,000-year-old man to do the part. It was.
Fired! He's great to be king. No, actually I am close enough. That is another story. No, you're right. We did search high and low, mainly low, and we didn't find one. So you got me, and I loved it, so I wanted to do it. So it was one of those. I am allowed to pick and choose, you know. That is one of the benefits of being king. Sorry, Dave, I didn't mean that. Yes, okay. That's a white fish. Right, okay. Anything else? Anybody got any questions for the literary excellence that was done here, this gentleman? Oh, apparently not. Oh, there you are. Yes, sir.
Literary excellence was excellent.
Yeah.
There was a great handling.
There was, yes.
And every one of these individuals, these actors, standing there, just told another story.
Yeah.
So, so we had two great things going on here.
Yes, and the funniest thing is, two of the people in that wonderful pantomime there have never actually seen or done this piece before. The people who are sitting in the audience, we actually cajole into doing they're okay. I love them to death, I really do. They're great people. I live in this world, it's a wonderful world to be in. You should join me sometime. You'll find me in the loony bin down the road. However, thank you for that. That was really good. Because I can't see what's going on behind me. I can only imagine if he's there. Anyway, that's all we have. Anybody else? No? I need to go, because otherwise we'll be here till 12 o'clock tonight. Thank you.
Mama always said, don't go all the way. Men only want one thing. Wait until you are married. Perhaps she meant wait until you're buried. Well, Mama, I took your advice for all these years. Well-intentioned, pure, virtuous years. All of those precious lost years. But I've learned a thing or two about your glittering generalities, Mama. So listen up while I give you the facts of life, Mama. In school, boys thought I was a hot number, a good girl smoldering with summer lust, until their clutches became too much and I firmly stated, that's enough! I've got to protect my virginity. Guys all want the same thing, you see. This is what my mama taught to me. I'm a career woman, big corporation, a title. Trying to ignore those human passion rises, it's then one realizes contentment is in the planning, how she organizes, challenges confronted, overcome and meant. And yet, if I don't someone soon, I'll be as wrinkled as a prune. But how am I to know the perfect man without a strategy or a plan? I finally made it to the top. But what exactly have I got? Luggage by Gucci, proper hose, designer labels in my clothes? I'm independent, well invested. But my virginity has not been tested. And oh, how one ages. Time never stops, always a slave to that damn clock. What the hell? I'm going out for a social drink. To life. It's later than you think. I've heard about some elegant bars for singles, and I'm past overdue to swingle a little. Scotch and water, please. Am I a vision or a sight? Bartender, I'll have one of every man here tonight. Woo! I'm not tipsy. Just feeling a little bit wild, like a gypsy. Well, hello there. Would you like to buy me a drink? What would Mama think? Mama said you guys were all alike, but that's not true tonight. He wants to go to my place for a little nightcap. Tonight's the night. Tonight I spring the trap. I can see he's impressed. Knows I'll be the best. Now we get to the part where I usually exit, depart. But not this time, my inebriated friend. We're in this game to the end. Wake up, damn you! This is my debut! I don't care if you're married. Who's to care when we're both dead and buried? Come on! Come on! Just say you love me! Wake up and stay the night! I've just got to prove Mama wasn't right!
I failed to do what we should always do when we walk out on the stage, and that is open the eyes and close them and do that sort of stuff. Now, this Camarera, where are you? Junior? Oh, there you are, darling. Sorry. Okay. Yes. Large light. Ready to go. Okay. Is this something you want to tell us about this? Can I see you later? Anything you need to get off your chest? How do I put this? Yes. This is about a subject that is close to my heart. I don't know why. Yes. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Did you enjoy it? Was it done as you would like, or do you like something different? Is it
No,
wonderful?
I would like to have man down.
I bet you would. You're prone. Do I have any volunteers? There's a line forming over there. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Oh dear. Right. Any questions for the lovely young lady who, like a man, like to have seen a gentleman on stage? Any questions? I thought it was absolutely fascinating. It really was. The study in parenting and frustration on so many levels, and ladies' problems, I suppose, men's as well, I can assure you. Right, okay then. It was beautiful, thank you. I enjoyed it. It was good fun. Okay, thank you. Off we go. As the long-time facilitator of the Deerfield Novel Writers Workshop, I knew enough to know when Margaret Frawley threw up her Danish and decaf all over Jeff Krakoff's manuscript under discussion, it was more than a metaphor for how she felt about the shifts in point of view. The question was, had she been poisoned? I didn't envy the detective who came in to investigate. Needless to say, we all hated Margaret, the group's only published novelist. Then again, we hated anyone who wrote a half-decent sentence or conjured up an image we wanted to steal. That's why we were all suspects, as we all knew. As writers, envy weighted heavy in our DNA. Well, now we know what happens when employing the first-person omniscient. I said, trying to lighten the mood before going to the wall phone and calling 911 and maintenance. While those sitting next to Margaret contemplated checking her pulse, changing seats, or moving on to the next manuscript under consideration. The Deerfield Police Department sent a forensics team of 2, plus one of their crack detectives, Officer Fred, the only one back from his breakfast at Denny's. After questioning us for 10 minutes, which meant jotting down our names, addresses, publishing history, where we spent the morning before coming to the Deerfield Public Library, he left the room to consult with my superiors.
Was that the American accent?
The murderer should have used a better poison, Joss Jansen, the chemist in our group, grumbled. Something less melodramatic and more nuanced. Something to petrify Margaret, or at least loosen her bowels, so the tragedy unfolded more slowly. She totally lacks suspense, Sally Burgess agreed. But please, no more diarrhea, Josh. Every single scene of your over 80 character studies includes excrement. You're just jealous, Mark Makeover, the broker, harangued Sally. Your romance novels would benefit more from turds and fewer tiaras. Let's stay positive, people, I interjected. We don't go around the table and everyone say something good about the killer's MO and execution of said MO. He or she must use multiple points of view. Randy Ralston, the literary novelist, mumbled through an unlit cigarette, James Deaning from her lips. We all saw it from different angles. You'll need to get beyond Rashomon, screenwriter turned epic picturesque novelist Dan Danton drawled through his alcoholic haze. Positive? You want positive? Go to an AA meeting or a KKK rally where writers, we look through a glass bleakly. Margaret's the lucky one here or not here. Whichever one of you did her in, hear me out. I'll volunteer to go next. Oh, please, Samantha begged us, pleaded. You're transparent as your characters are oblique. Drop the Sturm and Drang charade, okay? It's an act longer and more boring than any of O'Neill's. Go back to your tetralogy, snarked minimalist Owen Overton. Yeah, you're right about and live in your fantasy world, so why can't Danton live in and write about his imagined dystopia? This from someone who needs pictures to make an impression, scoffed non-fiction novelist Elmer Epstein. Get real! I'll give the killer one thing. He picked a good victim, someone no one could stand. The door to the meeting room opened and in strode Officer Fred. A turtle could solve this mystery, he said. You all pitched in just like Murder on the Orient Express. All around the table, group members broke into a sweat and began wringing their hands. At Dennis this morning, where you met for breakfast, you all plied Margaret with orange juice. That conveniently sent her to the toilet. In her absence, you all added a pinch of powder you knew would end her life. You all encouraged her to drink the toxic concoction when she returned. And she had it coming, Sally, the romance genius, voiced everyone's opinion. Our stuff is just as good as hers. And... oh. The police officer looked away, unable to hold our stares. I understand. See, I'm a closet novelist. Working on a police procedural. But I can't get past the chapter written in the killer's point of view. Sympathize with the murderer, Samantha offered. Think about why he or she would do it. Take us. Wouldn't you want to kill the bitch who can't write coherent grocery lists, yet she's got a contract for 6 figures from a New York publisher? Think there'll be an opening now, Margaret, in your group soon, Fred wondered. Well, there's an opening now. Margaret's gone. I reminded you. As long as you forget what you surmised about our involvement with Margaret's death. The officer mused. Maybe I can even make the toxicology report disappear. When's the next meeting? I shook his hand, welcomed him aboard, and filed out after the others. Surely all of us deliberating whether Officer Fred's writing would threaten the group's self-esteem and what we might do next time to remedy it.
song, whatever it was. This was a piece I did. I thought I loved this. I really loved it, and I fought with myself because I was talking, and I hate what I hear. Over whether or not we should have more than one person doing this, because there's lots of bodies in it, but there's so much exposition that then you'd have to have somebody else, as well as all the other people, probably narrating, and that would just cause it to shatter into a million pieces, if you see what I mean. So I elected, for better for worse, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you enjoyed it, to do it this way. And I elected to do it because I loved it. But it really is a fun thing, and I believe every one of you out there was thinking something along the lines of, what does Margaret think of this one? Anyway, it was great. Right, thank you. Any questions for Rick on this particular piece?
Well, how many more audition pieces does he have like that? That's very good.
How many more audition pieces do you have like that?
I think that's one of a kind.
I'd like to ask, for the benefit of everybody else, if I can, what do you mean by audition pieces? I don't want to...
Because